5 days to get to 1 million users. A new chat bot is a code red for Google search business. You think AI will ever replace you?
Some tasks of mine, for sure. I don't fear AI. If AI becomes our overlord and makes us their pets, maybe they will treat us much better than we treat ourselves.
OpenAI is a conversation. I don't know how much you're following ChatGPT or not.
No.
In 6 weeks, these guys have gone from zero in valuation to now being a $29 billion company, give or take.
Okay.
In 6 weeks. It took Facebook 2 years to get to 1 million users. It took Instagram 2 years to get to 1 million users. It took Pinterest 5 months to get to 1 million users. It took Angry Birds 34 days to get to 1 million users. It took ChatGPT 5 days to get to 1 million users. Every other hour when you're on ChatGPT, the website's shut down because of the amount of activity. Mm-hmm. So you haven't used the app yet, right? You haven't looked at
I know about it.
The website. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about the direction we're going with AI and things like ChatGPT and what else you see this thing going to? I know you made predictions on the Rogan show where you said, here's some of the predictions I heard, cancer, driving, all that stuff.
Designed to be shown that I would be wrong in 30 years.
Sure.
They were not, here's my crystal ball, it's all going to happen.
Right.
I will join this exercise so that in 30 years you can tell me how wrong I am. But I would say that we can be impressed with what AI is doing, and we should be. So I don't have a problem with that. But were you worried? What point are you making about this?
No, because there's the debate right now. Actually, I'm very neutral on this. I love advancement. I love innovation. I'm excited about it. And I said, write a 1,000-word paper on the Iranian Revolution in Donald Trump's voice. It wrote the paper. I said, write a hip-hop song by Tupac on the subject of this. If Tupac was alive today, it wrote the song. So this is kind of like the best explanation is you go to a library. Google is, I like to read books on the subject of the Big Bang Theory. Here's 273 books. Versus this one, you go to this library and say, I would like you to write a paper for me in 7th grade level, 1,000 words on the Big Bang Theory. No problem. In 10 seconds, here's your paper.
Yeah.
That's what this thing does.
Yeah.
So copywriters, gone. This can write code. This can write rap songs. This can write lyrics. This can write papers. This can write anything to the point.
Wait, just to clear, I don't think it can write music yet. What is your concern?
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm not concerned about it.
What are other people's concerns?
A lot of people's concern is it's going to replace jobs for copywriters. A lot of Silicon Valley people are, like, for example, the story that came out with New York Times. Type in New York Times, GBT, and then put code red. New York Times, GBT, code red. Okay, so this is a recent article right there. A new chat bot is a code red for Google search business. Okay, a lot of people are talking about how this new wave of chatbot like ChatGPT using AI could reinvent or even replace traditional internet search engines.
Okay, so what's your point?
I'm excited.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
I would say people who cheat on exams do so because the system values your grade more than the student values learning. So the point is, why would you cheat at all?
Right.
If it's only to get a grade so that the school system thinks more highly of you. When being in school is about learning.
Yeah.
And so if you have the AI bot create your papers, you didn't learn a thing, but you got the grade. The value we put on a grade is out of proportion with who and what you actually are and become in life. So yeah, you can submit papers like that. Fine. But you'll be an idiot at the end of your school. You'll get a degree because you fooled the system, but did you fool yourself? Mm-hmm. Did you fool your life? No, you don't. You didn't. And here's another point. Guessing on an exam, yeah, that works sometimes, okay, because you might be right. But guessing in real life just shows your ignorance. And yeah, if the chatbot makes people think you're smart even though you're not, who benefits from that? I don't know.
You think AI will ever replace you?
Some tasks of mine, for sure.
What will it not replace?
What will it not replace?
What will it not replace? Specific to you. I'm specifically talking to Neil DeGrasse Tyson. What can you do that AI in the future won't be able to replace?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's possible that AI will replace everything about me. That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
However, tomorrow I might go to the Bahamas and meet someone new. The AI didn't do that. That person might give me new insights in my life. That didn't happen to the AI. I will have new thoughts because of that experience than the AI had. So the AI will be frozen with whatever was my last published searchable content on the internet. If I have thoughts that I write down by hand and they're not on the internet,
Right.
and I have enlightened ideas,
Yeah.
the AI will not be able to track that unless I post it online, which I might then do. Then it'll catch up with me. They're fine.
Do you think everything under the sun has been thought of and written about online?
No, of course not. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, of course not.
Okay, got
New ideas are not yet online. So I'd like to see AI invent new understandings of the laws of physics. I haven't seen that yet. I don't fear AI. People say, well, it'll become our overlords, and turn us into their pets. We treat our pets royally. You will step over a homeless person in the street to go home and feed your pet. In America, this is what we do. So if that's the case, then maybe if AI becomes, or some alien intelligent species becomes our overlord and makes us their pets, maybe they will treat us much better than we treat ourselves.
Here's a question for you. So you're the best basketball player I've been in speech. Everybody comes to watch you on Sundays. Girls are like, oh my gosh, Joe, you're great, da-da-da-da-da. And they're fantastic. And then all of a sudden, these 5 guys show up and they play in the NBA. And they show up and you play against them and they embarrass you. You don't score a single point. They dunk on you. All of a sudden, those same girls that were like, oh my God, Joe, you're replaced by 5 guys that can do it better than you. So the only thing is about Chat GPT, can it replace that Joe who's been fantastic? Now he is being replaced by AI that he used to be important. Now he's just a guy that was very smart and famous 15 years ago.
Yeah, so you take on something else. Stay flexible enough to shift what your job ambitions are in the possibility that you could be replaced by a machine. I have an example. I personally knew a calligrapher who drew the letters in a dictionary that was hand done for many, many years. And the company said, we need you to make a template of this, which she did because she was on staff, she was on payroll. And then they scanned it and then she was laid off.
So are you making the case for or against Andrew Yang's famous UBI experiment?
So UBI is an interesting solution to this. If AI is making all the money, then, put it into the system. I would say that there might still be things humans figure out to do that AI doesn't really know how to do yet and has to be trained or get better at it or whatever. You know what I think? AI can't build the bridge, okay? Or erect that's a long time coming before that happens. What I think we should do is we should double down on the maintenance and modernization of our infrastructure. Those are actual human jobs with tractors and, maybe AI can build a prefab home with construction bots, but unique structures that are on a hillside, those are human beings. Those are actual construction workers. Is an AI bot going to come in and fix your plumbing? I don't see that happening yet. But if you do, you got to give them a butt crack.